Well, hello, everybody. Can you hear me? This is Byron Belka coming in from the corporate headquarters here in American Fork. And I am excited about this day. We've been waiting for this for a long time. This has been a lot of hard work and a lot of months and a lot of effort in the making, and I'm sure this is something that's going to continually be improved upon. But we are thrilled to be able to bring this Rain Connect app to you. And today, what I want to do is just kind of take a few minutes to go over what this app is and the benefits of the app and how this is really going to play a role in helping people get going and get started. Now, I put a little video out on Facebook really quick, and one of the reasons that I believe, I said this in the video, that I believe that a majority of the people that get started in networking don't get the results that they want to see, is I believe if you look at every single person that has joined network marketing, you're going to see that most of them, the reason that they failed is because they never got started. They never really got going in the business. And what this Rain Connect app is going to allow us to do, a lot of those things that are nervous and make people feel uncomfortable with this business and getting started. How do you talk to friends? How do you share the opportunity? How do you do those things? Well, if we can make it about pushing a few buttons, if we can take that away and make it about, really just exposing people the right way, no matter where they're at in the world, guys, I know what's going to happen and big things are going to happen. Rai, how you doing? Thanks for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
Hey,
how you doing, Byron?
I'm doing great. Hey, so what's your take? I know that we've been preparing for this app. We've been excited about it. Before we get into it, what do you think that this really means for Rain Nation and all those people maybe that haven't even joined us that are going to join us over the next coming years and use this as a platform to change their life?
Well, I mean, it's interesting because I've looked at it, Byron. It allows us to honestly do this business at the speed of thought right at our fingertips. And so when I think about a brand new distributor that literally, when I think about my career 13 years ago and getting started, to be able to start now as a brand new Rain partner down the year, years from now, and have this platform to be able to build my life and create freedom for myself. I mean, I could only imagine what you and I could have created, 13 years ago had we had some of these tools that we're starting to see. And so, one of the greatest things for me that I just can't seem to sleep at night over is the fact that the ability to expose the world through the Rain Connect app and to tell the story properly and professionally and the power that gives to our Rain partners, I can't even think about what we're going to be able to do to influence the world and create an added value and such a benefit for everyone. And I just can't even wait to launch this thing. So yeah, I think regardless of being a veteran in the industry and using this tool and being a brand new person, and this is what you get to start with, guys, it's life-changing for the industry and specifically for Rain International.
Thanks, Rai. Well, as we know that this industry or this world is going mobile. Everything we're doing is going mobile. So that's why our focus has been on this. And whenever you're trying to do something that hasn't been done before, guys, you got to figure it out. And so, that's what we spent the last, year practically doing, is figuring this thing out. How do we do this? There's a lot going on behind the scenes that people don't understand when it comes to this app, and being able to place samples and use the sample program on a global scale. Guys, never been done before. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you a couple of slides here, and we're going to just kind of take you through this and show you a little bit about this app. Now, it's out there. It's only as good as the people using it. So we want to make sure that we take these tools and use them the right way. So as we get going on this Rain Connect system, there's different aspects of the system we're going to keep training you on. And what we need to make sure we're doing is doing our part as uplines. And once we've started and we've gotten this information out to people and we've got samples placed, what those next steps are. So, on the app, there's multiple things. You're going to see that there's a prospecting tab, a place for library where you're going to get videos, a three-way call tab, events, presentations, and enrolling. And then if you look up in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see that you can click on that. That's going to give you other options for some additional training, be able to get right to your back office, information on products, testimonials, if you wanted to change your profile, and other things that we're going to be adding to the app that aren't just on that main dashboard, you're going to be able to find in this corner. And so some of the main things that we have been talking about as far as the marketing tools have to do with the prospect. Now, when you get into this prospecting aspect of the app, what I want you to understand is that there's multiple ways for people to be exposed to RAIN and to get a sample. And I'm going to share with you both of those ways. So really quick, let me show you, give you kind of a test on one of the ways to go direct. Now, when we talk about going direct, and I'm going to reiterate this, this is you're giving them the option to say, yes, I want a sample, but I'm going to give it to you, which means I'm going to hand it to you. You're going to hand me the money, and we're going to exchange it that way. Okay, that's one way to do it. And then another way to do it, obviously, is for them to go through your replicated site, take them down that sales funnel or that sample funnel where they're going to purchase it themselves. And then because you have sample credits, those samples are going to be shipped out directly from the company. So just once. So welcome to the RAIN Connect app. This is kind of the dashboard that allows you to go into all the different things, whether it's share, prospecting, three-way calls, events, enroll, alerts. So the good thing about having the app is you're going to be able to get push notifications directly from the company whenever there's announcements or promotions or different things like that. So it's another way for the company to be able to communicate with you. But first and foremost, as you're getting started, you're going to want to use this for prospecting. I would recommend that the first time you do this, send it to a family member, test it out so that you can see the process and you know what your people are going to be going through, so that you're not kind of clueless on what the text they're going to receive, and what they're going to see and how the whole thing works. So let me show you how this works. So you go into prospects. Now you can see that I've got a history of some different prospects. These are people I've either shared something to, and I'm going to come back and show you a little bit more about this. But I'm going to go up here to share. I want to find a new contact. Now there's different things I can send people. Now you see this sample offer direct, and then you see the automated sample offer funnel. What's the difference between the two? Here's the main difference. The sample offer direct is going to be somebody that's close to me, that when I ask them for $20 for a sample, I'm going to actually give them the sample. I'm going to hand it to them, and I'm going to collect the $20. Now, if it's the automated sample offer funnel, the difference is there's going to be a link for somebody to purchase that sample. So if I have sample credits in my back office and it's somebody that's not local, I'm going to send them that one, so then it's going to prompt them if they want to buy the sample to go through that process and purchase that. So one, they're purchasing, and how they purchase is they just give you the money. It's directly to you. The other is they're purchasing basically through your replicated site, getting that sample. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a sample here so you can kind of see how this works. So if I go up here and look at, I'm going to share this video. I'm going to click share. Now you can see the text messages that are here. Now once you go and you're going to send it, it's going to say who you sending it to. Now I can put the information in myself if it's somebody that I just met on the street or at the grocery store. But if I want to go from my phone book, which everybody already has a list in their phone book, I'm going to click on the phone book. Yes, allow the app to get into my phone book, and I'm going to go find RyFry. I'm going to give you an example here. So let's go to RyFry. I've got his phone number there. Next, I'm going to text it to him. Now, if he would have had an email address, it would have allowed me to email it to him as well. I still think that the texts are way better. As you can see, there's a WhatsApp option for anything overseas or international, but we can track that as well. I'm going to click text, and I'm going to send him a message. Now, it's going to ask me, if I don't hear back from RyFry, do I want a reminder in 7 days, 3 days, in 24 hours, or do I not want one? I'm going to say, hey, remind me in 24 hours if I don't hear from him. So I just clicked on 24 hours. As it's updating, it's letting me know that this might cost me for a text message, which I'm aware of. And so now you can see that automatically put Ry's name in this text. Now, if I wanted to adjust anything, this is where you would do it. But this is right in your own SMS or texting platform on your phone. But I can just send this. I'm going to send this to him right now. So now it's been sent. So another couple of things that I want to make sure that you understand with this app is it's not just about sending things. The thing that I love about this, I would usually never tell anybody to send somebody a link or send somebody a video. And the reason being is because I don't know when they're going to watch it. I don't know if they're going to watch it. And the reason this is so powerful is because as they get this text, if they open up the text, I'm going to get the notification that, hey, Rye just got the text. When he opens up and watches the video, I'm going to get a notification that, hey, Rye watched the video. So now I know when I should be following up with him. So for example, if I go back here to my prospects, see I got a message that the RAIN link was visited. So I'm going to view it. It told me right now that Rye just visited the page, the link that I sent him. Oh, so not only did he just view the text, but now he's viewing the video. So now I can view this and I can see, oh, Rye has just viewed the video. So you can see that the phone number is embedded into this message so that if I wanted to call him right back, I could. I'm going to close this for the moment. I'm not going to delete it. So now if I go into my prospects, there's Rye. He's one of my prospects now. Now look at this. If I click on Rye, not only do I see there's a history of everything that I've done. So you're going to see when I sent him the text, you're going to see when he visited or actually opened the text, and when he started to view it. So you can see that he viewed 100% of the video. So if he only viewed half of it, I would know. If he only viewed 20% of it, I would know. In fact, if I go back, you're going to see some of these other ones. Let me look at Casey. See Casey right here. This is I sent him a video, and it shows me when I sent it, but you see how he only watched 32% of it? So I still know that he viewed it. So now when I'm following up with Rye, I'm going to know for sure that he just watched the video, and it's fresh in his mind. And like I was saying before, that's why I wouldn't send somebody just a link in the past, is I don't know when they're going to watch it or if they're going to watch it. This scenario, I get notified exactly when they're watching it. So they've seen the information, it's fresh in their mind, and now it's time for me to go. So anyway, that gives you a little bit of an example of just how the app works. So you can see there that you know exactly when somebody has watched it. I mean, right? I mean, how does that put things back into our hands when we're sending people information? You're on mute, bud. Can't hear you.
I think honestly, Byron, what it does is it gives us the ability to control our message and to deliver it in such a way that everyone can feel confident about it. And so the thing I love most about it is I think some of the biggest fears for network marketers is that ability to deliver a message that's really, really efficient. And sometimes we beat ourselves up emotionally and we think about, okay, I've got to just analyze all this information to become really effective. Today, we literally give the power back to the RAIN partners and say, you can be effective right now. The second you download your app, you are completely effective. And the thing I love most, Byron, is the fact that it's an even playing field. You take a 25-year veteran or a 13-year veteran like yourself, and now we empower a stay-at-home mom that has the same ability to push out information just like you and I can, or some of our top leaders can. Literally, we've just evened the playing field to the point where every single person can be as effective as someone who's been in the industry with a long career of professionalism. And I love that, because when we continue to expose the world, we've got to think about how many people have never even thought about our industry who are going to be coming in and instantly becoming effective. And I just get chills being able to talk about that.
Yeah, well, the thing, as you said, that I love is that it puts it back into our hands where, somebody joins the business. Can you ask somebody this? If they're wanting to know if they can get started, can you push 10 buttons? I mean, can you push some buttons on your phone? We know you can because people do it all day long, texting, all those types of things. But you see how quickly that notification comes through? You send the text, you get a notification that they viewed your text. Then you also get a notification that the video is being watched. And that's on the direct. Now, if Rye would have said, yes, I want a sample in that scenario, I would have got a message saying, hey, they've requested a sample. So I need to follow up and make sure I set up, a time for them to go over for us to meet and get them the sample. But there's the other way to do it, and that is if I was going to go through the funnel. Now, if you go through the funnel, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to take you back to the phone, and I'm going to show you how to do the funnel.
So on that last example, I actually went through the process where I was going directly to them. So through that process, I got a notification that said that they wanted, to get a sample, which means then I'm going to have to go directly to them and give them the sample, and then they're going to give me the $20. So in this scenario, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So if we go back and we look at, kind of right looking at the video and what's taken place so far, I'm going to go through the other example. So now when I go to share, I'm not going to click on the direct offer. I'm going to click on the offer funnel. So this is a scenario now where they're going to go to your replicated website. It's going to direct them there to buy that sample. It's going to be kind of front and center if they click on that link, and they can purchase it themselves. So now when I click that option, you're going to see here, so I go send this through. I'm going to use a current prospect since I've already sent this to Rye, but it could be somebody new. I'm going to go and pick Rye's name again. I'm going to send him the text. Now it's being sent. So the difference, once again, between this one and the other one is that this is going through a different path where we can control whether we want to give somebody that sample personally or whether we want them to just purchase it and use our credits that we have and have the company just send it to them. If it's you don't even have to think about it. If you have credits, it is done. So now that I've sent this to him, they're going to get a similar question, will you try one of my samples for a week for $20? But the difference is now is, since he just opened up that text, is now the end result is going to be how they get that sample. So now he's viewing the video. I got the notification once again he's viewing the video. So I can see that when he viewed it, right after I viewed it. And the next one I'm going to get, I'm sure, is he's going to go to my website. Now when they go to your website because they want a sample, you're going to get that notification. So you know exactly what they're doing when they're doing it. So that's the beauty of this, is you're not left in the dark. As I mentioned, I would never give anybody a link or anything before because I want to know when it's fresh in their mind. So the beauty of this whole thing is we know that people, one, they look at their texts. Okay, they look at their text. I mean, most texts have a 98% open rate within a few minutes. Compared to emails, guys, it's just not effective. This is how we communicate today. And then on top of that, the other thing is it's a lot more personable because they know it's coming from your number. This isn't just a blast. This has their name in it. It has your number in it. It's not a short code. It's exactly coming from the number that they have plugged in their phone with you in it. So it's your number. So the power of this is you choose what direction you want to go down. And you know what the outcome is going to be because you can direct that. Now, if you need to follow up because you haven't heard back from them, you're going to get those reminders. At the same time, you know if they've watched 30% of it or 40 or 100% of the video, so you can follow up and ask them about that. But anytime you send them, whether it's this or any other thing, okay, we got follow-up videos. So if they didn't respond, you can follow up with some different information on the products, on the company. And this is also going to go in their link. So any video now that I send to RyeFry, if I go look under my prospects, it is going to be there. So if I follow up with another video in a couple of days or in a day, follow up with some more. All right, well, I'll come back now. So any video that you send them, anything else that you put in and use through the app is going to go under that person's contact, so you can see what did I do now, what did I do last week. Even if this is somebody that you're doing some things with over the next couple of weeks or months to get them to that point where they're ready to look into Rain, maybe try products, maybe try the opportunity, join your business, you have that documented. You have a way to see and to know what you've done and when it was done. So the accountability and the trackability on every single video, not just the sample video, on all the other videos that you send that person are going to be in the app so that you can track that and be able to follow up accordingly. So, Rye, I know you being in this industry and seeing how this has worked and had business overseas in different markets. A lot of times we tell people this is a global business, that you can do business globally. But you and I both know the only way that we were able to open up and do things internationally is because we were there. Right. We had to go there. Right. We had to have feet on the ground. And I'm not saying that you still don't need to go create that personal relationship. But here the company has all these assets, the infrastructure,
has all of these different warehouses, but yet the average distributor cannot tap into them. So now with us having this app, and not just the app, but tied to the infrastructure that we put behind the app, allowing our rain partners to tap into all of those things. It's not just about the app, guys. It's what we're doing behind the app to allow this to take place, whether it's next door or on the other side of the world. What does that really mean, right?
Well, I think it opens up the ability for any partners to function in 25 plus countries that we've worked progressively over the last 5 years to create for our RAIN partners. And like I said, I keep coming back to this even playing field that allows a distributor from, let's say, Texas, who has an aunt that moved to Germany, that now can do business and get that information to her without doing it the old school way. I mean, literally, we get to do this business now at the speed of thought, right at our fingertips. And I want the RAIN partners to really understand that and grasp that, is the fact that this, as soon as you think it, you can push it out and literally have a beautiful message that tells the RAIN story. It doesn't tell all of it. It tells the RAIN story to where people will understand that there's an added benefit or value that they get to decide on for themselves. And so what I want everyone to remember, Byron, is this, is that the person that exposes through the app, that tells the RAIN story and that pushes out, you know, that message and that story about what we've been able to accomplish, is the thing that I love that you mentioned earlier, was the fact that we can, once we push it, we can forget about it. So if it takes that prospect 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, that's fine. You're just going to let the app and let the system do all the work until eventually that person will open it up on the 7th day when they have the time, when they want to use their schedule and say, I now have my own personal time to set aside to watch this video that RyFry just sent to me. And I love that because we're not intruding on them. We're not calling them at specific times where they might be sitting with their family or in a meeting and we don't know, right? And then we're playing this phone chase and all that kind of stuff. We can push it out. They can see it in their text. They can then click on it. And as soon as they do, guys, you get notified. So what it allows the RPs to do, Byron, is this. They get to work with people that have their hands raised instead of us trying to say, if we push to 100 people, we chase 85 of them that aren't ready. Why not just work with the 15 that say, hey, I'm ready. I want to look into this. Can you send me more info? Yes, I want to buy some samples. And we get to build our business very strategically and very executable and very, very professional, right from the word go. So that's what I love about it.
I love that too. Now, if we look back here, the three-way call. I want to take, we also have the present, the events, the enroll. Now those pretty much, you know, give you different videos for recruiting, set up events and reminders, make sure that you know what's going on personally with corporate, and, you know, enrolling new customers. So connecting directly to your back office. But this three-way call aspect, I really want to stress, because this is something that I remember as I was building was always frustrating. When I had somebody that was ready, when I had somebody that was excited, is I could either talk to them myself, which a lot of times we do, but it's going to be a lot more effective if we have a third party. Third party validation is key. But how do you know when and if somebody is going to be available? So I want to show you something really quick as we go through this, on how you can utilize this. I think that you're going to utilize the three-way call portion of this app a ton, just to find out who is available to help you. So I'm going to go back to the phone real quick and try to show you this. Now, another powerful aspect of the RAIN Connect app has to do with the three-way call tab. Now, under here, what you're going to do is find people already that have committed to help you get that third-party validation when it's needed. If you got somebody watching a video, if you have somebody that you know is now doing the next step, you want to follow up, and third-party validation is the way. So let me show you how to kind of set this up. So once people have downloaded the RAIN Connect app and they're on it as well, you want to add their ID number as a new helper. So for example, I'm going to add RyFry. So I'm going to type in, I know what his username is, and that is Ryan Fry. And so I'm going to add that. Now what Rye's going to do is he's going to get a message sent to his phone, and
he's going to get my request to see if, one, he approves the fact that he's going to be available for me. So it shows me that I've added it. Now that is just pending as I wait to hear back from him. Now once he approves that, what's going to take place is now anytime I need to find out if somebody is available for me, I'm going to come here to this app, and those people who have already preset and we've already figured this out, who's going to do what, now I can reach out to them and be able to get, see right here, help, request, reply. I'm going to view this. So now it's going to say that Ryan has accepted to do three-way calls for me in the future. So now as that has been accepted and this pending status changes, in the future when I come into here, just like you see the other one with Daniel, I can just request a call. So I can just push a couple of buttons. On his end, he's going to get a couple of prompts that say, I'm available now, I'm available in 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or I'm not available. So once he clicks on one of those, what's going to happen is I'm going to know who can help me without having to text everybody and call them. This is a powerful aspect. So what you're going to want to do is send up all your new helpers before you get started and really start using this app so that you have people in line ready to help you, and you can send multiple requests and wait to see who's available and then cancel the other requests once you hear back from the person that gives you that response. So once again, easy way to track down things and make sure you have somebody that's available to help you out. Now, the thing that I love is even if you're in a meeting, right, you might not have the time, as we're all busy, to respond back to me. If I texted you and said, hey, can you help me out? You know, maybe you're in the middle of a presentation. You might not be able to say, yeah, I'm available, I can help you in 5 minutes. But if you get 4 buttons that say, I'm available now, I'm available in 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or I'm not available, all you have to do is push that button, then your response back to me is going to be easier too. So it's just an easy way for us to communicate among the teams. So you want to set up these lists with all the people, your upline, maybe even downline, different people that you have predetermined and set up who's going to help you. This is where the app is really going to be effective, and these tools are really going to be effective. Guys, pushing a few buttons and placing a couple samples, that we're just making it easier for people to get their foot in the door and get their business started. Everything else that we need to do in networking still needs to happen. The third-party validation, the creating the relationships, all of those things. So this aspect of the app, the third-party validation, is critical, because now we're taking these people, making sure that they either get on the product, or if we do the other type of text, which is to ask them about the opportunity in the business, the third-party aspect of this is going to be critical, whether at that point you set up a Zoom call, whether you get on Skype, so there's 3 of you, or whether you have the ability through your phone just to do 3-way calls. This is the next step after you found who's available to help you and when they can help you. So, I've gotten some texts from some people that pre-bought the app that have been playing with it over the weekend. And, one of the things was the message I got was every single person that they're sending it to opened it. People are seeing it. They've already got people that are committing to purchase the samples or to be part of the team. I saw some Facebook posts, even in Singapore, where people were sending out the opportunity app, and you already have people that committed to teaming up with them just from a text. So once again, right, why weren't we doing this before? Why weren't we just texting people before?
Well, it's hard. It's almost like I want to go back into the field. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, Byron. We have to understand the psychology of what we're able to do right now. And the 3-way upline is that validation that allows us to just step back and to have other people say, this is something of value. This company will add value to your life in these 3 areas, financially, health-wise, and more freedom of time. But Byron, here's what I love most about it is that we now are doing professional network marketing. Like, we're doing it the right way. And I can't help but think that when we do things the right way, the right result seems to happen all day, every day. And that's what we get to track. That's what we get to see. And that's what the RPs will experience on a day-to-day basis when you sit and talk about the wins and making sure that our RPs have these small wins along the way right out of the gate. Guys, this is the perfect arrow in our quiver that allows us to do that with our RPs. The one thing I wanted to mention, Byron, was to make sure you guys, this is where we're going as a company. The digital platform and the digital era is here. And we may even be behind a little bit, but that's okay. We're here now. We're going to use it better than any company on the planet. We're going to train better than any company on the planet. We're going to allow our new RPs to really understand how to be completely 100% results driven by the right behavior. Now, the one thing you got to understand, I often think about it like the gas, stands. When we all of a sudden went to credit cards, and our parents got a little bit lost in that transition of, wow, this is how we pump gas now. Guys, the Rain partners, you have to understand, you have to be on this app. You have to download it. This is where we're going as a company. This is where your upline's going. This is where the most successful leaders are going to be using and driving their business. And so I don't want anyone to be, I don't want to use the word left behind. I use that very cautiously. No one will be left behind because we can always do network marketing. But what I'm saying is the speed and the ability for you to have speed in your business, you have to be on this app. Now, you also have to be on this app, Byron. If you're my helper and you're not on the app and I want you to be, you won't show up in that ability for me to use you as a helper through the app. So you got to make sure that anyone that you add as your upline helper, they also have to be on the app. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking for someone and they're not there, it's probably because they haven't downloaded the app. So I just want to make sure that was clear, Byron.
Yeah, no, thanks, right? And emphasizing that, yes, using the app now, we're going to be able to communicate push notifications to each other, and the company's going to be able to get information to people a lot quicker. And, I just love the direction that we're going here because it is speed. It really is information. It's getting the information to the people as quick as we can, whether it's our Rain partners, getting them new information, whether it is us getting the information to people that we care about. I mean, ultimately, sending texts, if you had people in 5 or 6 different countries that Rain is in with warehouses, how long is that process normally going to take to be able to get them samples, to be able to get them the ability to try the products? Guys, what we've done is we've sped things up. When we talk about time compression, when we talk about you going from where you're wanting to go, where you're at right now to where you want to be, okay, if you have to do so many things to get there, what if we can compress that time and make that happen in 6 months instead of 3.5 years? What if we can compress that time and have things that would normally take months, we can do in days? Guys, that's what I love about technology and about how technology is making the world smaller, and our reach and our ability to expand across the globe is increasing in such a dramatic way that things like this are going to allow us to really, as we talk about, be able to do business wherever we are, So we're going to be taking this app and we're going to be breaking it down. We're going to be taking the sample program. We're going to make sure that that's 100% clear. We're going to be taking the elements training and making sure that is simplistic and 100% clear. And if we focus on these things and they all tie into each other, and I call it the vicious cycle of success. That's what it is. It's a cycle of success. But the reason I call it vicious is because this isn't normal. We're going to be able to go out there and viciously help you attack your goals, get closer to your dreams, and make things happen. So, as we get started here, once again, I want to make sure you don't just blast everybody that you know out. What you want to do is make sure you understand the process. Make sure you're using the third-party validation. Make sure you have the samples. Make sure that people are, if you're going to hand them a sample, that you have one to hand them. Let's make sure that we're doing these things properly so that we can use these tools and this application to the best of its ability by utilizing the power of it. So if we go, besides prospecting, using the library for follow-up videos, using the 3-way aspect to find those people that can help you, presenting, having videos for presentation that you can show people right off your phone if you're sitting right in front of them. And the good thing is you want to get their contact information. You see how when I showed you that I could either pull people from my contact list, which, guys, isn't that brilliant? Somebody joins the business. Where is their list? Everybody already has the list in their phone. We have the list in our phone. We don't need to go outside of that and write things down. We can, but how easy is it for us to get started when we don't have to do that? When we can tap right into their contact list. Okay, so you can see you can tap into the contact list. You also saw that I was able to put in information. So if I'm sitting in line with somebody and I'm talking to them, I can let them know I want to send them a sample. If they want to try something, I'm going to send them a link where they can get a sample. I can put their phone number and their name and information right into that right there and send it to them. And now I can track things. So whether it's the events, the tools to enroll, we're going to do some training on some of these other ways to create funnels where you're going to get replicated sites where people can send and just ask for samples just on the web, whether it's for business opportunity or whether it is for the product. We've got these things set up too that we're going to be teaching and sharing and explaining so that you can manage your contacts, not just through your phone, but through the desktop and through the laptop. So, by you having these landing pages where people can go on these landing pages, if you send them a link, even if they weren't on their phone, and they can once again request some information there. But first and foremost, it better be on the phone, guys, or we're missing the boat. So the thing about Rain is we're always about changing things. And with this Rain Connect app, guys, we are changing things. It's something that is so simple, but behind it, it's very, very difficult to put things together, but it's so simple. And if you do, and you can push, once again, if you can push your finger a few times on the phone, you're going to be able to send people, you're going to be able to send people a sample. You're going to be able to share with them other aspects of the business, whether it's more on the product. Let's say they want to know more on the product, about the compensation. Maybe they want to know more about anything. We can send that stuff now, and if it's through the app and we're going to continually upload content, you're going to be able to track that. And so I just go back to the very beginning, right? When we first started thinking about doing something like this and making a difference. When we first started trying to put these things together and we had people test, sending just texts out. I remember sitting in those meetings where people that weren't even in the business yet, that were looking at Rain for the first time, were sending texts out and getting responses. They were sending it out, they were getting responses, and I thought, what if we can automate this thing, where we can automate this thing? What are we going to be able to do for people in their business? I mean, I want you to think about this. We do an opportunity presentation. We share the Rain opportunity with people. And then by the time they're done, they come into the business, they purchase some product, they get the app, they download it. We show them how to send out a couple of different text messages. And by the time that they leave that opportunity meeting that night, they already have samples placed. They already have money coming back. I mean, I don't think you can put the value on something like that because it just hasn't existed in the industry. So, I mean, what do you think we're going to be able to do with this, Ryan?
I don't know. I'm a numbers guy, and I mean, anyone that I get to work with in the field, they know that my mind works as far as numbers. And Byron, if we just look at exposures, I call it E squared, right? Exposures equal enrollments. And it's almost like a universal truth. If you do this fruit will show up. Just like our seed. If we plant that seed, that fruit will show up on the tree. If we do exposures with the Rain app, we will increase our enrollments, whether it's a preferred customer or whether it's a distributor. It's just universally written out. It just has to happen. And so, guys, the challenge that I'm going to always have, that I will not deviate from for the next year, will be, can our distributors push a few buttons every single day to 3 to 5 new prospects and literally expose them to what we're doing at Rain, from our products to our company to the executives to the speed of where we're at with our compensation, Byron, and how lucrative that is and how generous you are with the field, to the timing of where we're at. So when my mind gets into active distributors in 25 plus countries, exposing 5 new people daily for the next few months, what that does for us as a company, but not just us for Rain International. If Rain International increases from 50 million to 100 million this year, and the comp plan is paying back 50% of CV, guys, think of how many lives we will literally change, including your very own, to the point where you become financially free, you increase your health, and you have more time to be able to share that with your family. Please tell me how you can't get excited about that. With the simplicity of what we're doing with the app, it was interesting last night, Byron. I was testing this, right? My mother is 71 years old, and she got her iPhone about 18 months ago. And to watch my 71-year-old mother navigate through this iPhone, I just want to pull my hair out because I just want to do it for her, right? But she's sitting there, kind of learning her phone. Well, yesterday, as I'm sitting with her, as I went and visited her, I send over just quietly. I didn't even tell her I was doing it. I send over the video, and all of a sudden I hear her text message ping, and I see my mom. She puts her little glasses on, and she kind of grabs her phone, and literally she opens it up. She can't even see that it's from her own son, but she starts going through it, and she clicks the little video, and all of a sudden I can hear the video playing. And she's going, and then she finally gets it, and she looks over, and she's like, "What is this?" And I said, "Well, this is our new mobile app that we're sharing with the world tomorrow, Mom. And it allows me to share the business and share our story and share Rain International as well as our products." And so she clicked through and said, "Get my free deal," or "Get my deal." And therefore, it walked her right through the funnel, and she went to go get her credit card. And I couldn't get her in because I didn't have my little ID number, obviously, because I'm a corporate guy. And I just thought, if my 71-year-old mother that has never done network marketing before was willing and ready to get her credit card on an app that she has no idea about her phone and the simplicity of that, what we will be able to do around the 25 countries and plus around the world, Byron. It is going to be magic. It's going to be a 2017 year that I think we'll all look back on and go, I remember that day, and do you remember where sales went and how we influenced the world for the better?
I love it. I love it, Ryan. Now, thanks for sharing that story. And, I think there's times in life, where things maybe have happened that have altered things for industries or have altered things even for the world that maybe we didn't recognize until after the fact, or maybe we didn't understand until years later, or maybe we didn't understand right when it happened. I think that this is one of those things in Rain International and in this industry that is going to change the game. I really do. I think this is where things change because, as we've seen, I can put a post on Facebook and in 5-10 minutes, I've got likes from all over the world. Okay, that is the world we live in. That's the world we live in. Why can't we make business like that? Okay, if we can make this industry, it is so time for network marketing to have a facelift. It's time for things to change. It's time for things to come into the now and for us to do things in a way that we've never been able to do them before. And even though these things might seem simple, they still change the game because they give people an opportunity to, one, get the win. They give people, as you talked about, the opportunity to get exposures. And, I just think about that too. If you have your team and you got 10 or 15 or maybe 30 people in a room and we're doing a training, and you as a leader are sitting there with your team and you say, every one of us, let's send out 10 texts. And you got 300 texts going out because you have 30 people in that room. How do you not place product? Okay? How do you not see things happen and grow? Where otherwise, what would you have done in that training? They may have gotten excited. They may have said, okay, I'm going to call a few more people. And maybe you would have had a couple people that did that. But this is different because this is non-threatening. If somebody doesn't respond to the email, it's not going to hurt your feelings, really. It's not like you had to pick up that, 10-kilo phone that was over 20 pounds and try to call somebody. Now, guys, that's still going to have to happen. Okay? There's never going to be a system. Here's what I'd say. There is never going to be a system that creates the relationship for you. There's never going to be that team member in your team that you don't need to have that personal touch with. You create that relationship and that bond. Network marketing works because of people. All we're doing is we're using technology to be able to speed things up and put foots in the door and get things places that otherwise we wouldn't have been able to do as quick as we can now. So as I'm just thrilled about this because I know that if we take this and we just move forward with this, lives are going to change at a faster pace than they would have otherwise. So, right?
Hey, one of the things I wanted to talk about, Byron, was the events calendar. I mean, think about that. That we have 25 plus countries with every Rain partner being able to post where they're going to do live events. Whether it's not just the corporate events, it's our individual Rain partners that are all over the world doing filling rooms with 30 and 40 and 50 plus people now have these arrows in their quiver to be able to train and educate that brand new Rain partner that's interested, but they get to share those events with people around the world. So guys, be mindful of that events calendar. Be looking at it. And if you are a Rain partner and you are doing a meeting that is open as far as, hey, come and join us, we're over at this location, put it there, because you never know. The thing I love about our Rain partners is that we aren't selfish. We're not greedy. We play together, which is something that will send our company into a quicker and faster momentum state. And guys, when we lock arms, and the way that we lock arms is through the event calendar. I wherever I go, that is obviously an open meeting. If you're a Rain partner and a big leader, always share your meetings, because you never know that the person in Netherlands might have a good prospect in Texas that all of a sudden they can send, that's in their backyard, and their lives are forever changed. And what a blessing that is for us to be able to be a catalyst for that. You know, we talk about that, Byron, that this company is a catalyst for change. And the fact that we can use the events calendar collectively and together as Rain partners, that is a huge change in how this business has been done in the past.
Absolutely. Well, Ry, I think we just changed things again, buddy. I really do. I think we did it in a big way. And doesn't mean we're stopping here either, guys. So I'm excited. If you haven't gotten the app, you can go into your back office and you can purchase the app two ways. You can either do it monthly for about $10, or you can buy a year subscription for $89. And get the app downloaded, and then make sure you have sample credits. Okay, now sample credits, if you purchase them, the whole goal isn't for you to give away product for free, guys. It's an investment into your business. Like anything, you're buying the inventory that you're going to then resell. So whether somebody buys that sample because you went down the sample funnel and they buy it right from your replicated site, that's money that's coming back to you, guys. It's coming back to you. And also, or whether you just give somebody a sample and they give you the money, that's money coming back to you. So make sure that you have credits so that you can start to utilize this and start to see the power of really what this is going to allow us to do. I've always said, the reason that we're not bigger is because more people don't have our products in their bodies. They don't know we exist yet. But when we have these products in more people's hands, we will get more customers, we will get Rain partners, because what we have is flat out powerful. The products that we have flat out work. And because of that, we've grown for the last 5 years, and we're going to keep growing. So all we're doing now is we're putting the turbos on the engine, and we're going to take this and speed things up. So 2017 is going to be a record-breaking year for so many people and for Rain. And we're not going to stop until we can simplistically get to the point where it is not even a question. As you hear me talk about, I love to break things down to the ridiculous. We're going to break it down to the ridiculous. Or when somebody sees this opportunity, when they see what we have and the tools that we have to be able to help you go out there and do it, I don't want to pick anybody. I don't try to make people feel dumb or that they're if they don't say yes, that they're less of a person or anything. But I want to break it down to the ridiculous, where if somebody looks at this, they say, how can I not do this? Why would I not do this? That's what we're doing. So guys, I am so excited and thrilled with the direction the company's going and what we're going to do. We are going to change things for the industry, and we're going to, and in the process, our lives are going to change as well. So we appreciate everybody tuning in today. Learning a little bit more about the app. Stay tuned. We're going to do little short tutorials on different aspects of the app. We're going to do, and I know Russ is going to be doing some trainings on how to purchase the app, how to get the credits, and all those things if you're not quite sure on that. So there's a lot of information. We're going to be making sure that you as the leaders get this figured out so we can help teach and train your teams on how to do this. But I think one of the first things we need to do when we're launching somebody's business is get them on the app and get the samples placed, get things going. So, stay tuned for a lot of training as we go through all these different aspects. And, Rye, I appreciate you joining me on this call today. Everybody else that joined, we have a lot of people that logged on that are in our room here. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And we're going to get this information out there and make difference in a lot of people's lives. So let's go out, have our best day ever. Let's have our best week ever. It's time for our best month ever. And I know it's time for your best year ever, guys. So we're going to make it happen here at Rain International. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's time to go make it rain. We'll see you.